There's a moment in a relationship where a woman's desire shuts off. And it's not when he stops being attractive. It's not even when the spark fades. It's actually a small moment, usually repeated, where her nervous system makes a decision. And after that, she can still be there, but she's not really there anymore. And before I get into the science, I need to talk to my masculine for a second. Look, I'm not coming at you. I come in peace, I promise. When she pulls away, when the warmth disappears, even though nothing obviously happened, you're losing too. That version of her that was all over you once upon a time, that made you feel like the man, she can't come back online in a body that just doesn't feel safe. And there's a scene that I keep thinking about. Vaughn, he's on the couch, playing video games after she spent the entire day cleaning, hours of cooking, hosting a dinner party for both of their side of the families. And she asks him to help with the dishes. And he says, fine, I'll do the damn dishes. And she says, no, that's not what I want. I want you to want to do the dishes. And he looks at her like she's speaking another language, right? Why would I want to do the dishes?
Let me see if I'm following this, okay? Are you telling me that you're upset because I don't have a strong desire to clean dishes?
No, I'm upset because you don't have a strong desire to offer to do the dishes.
I just did.
After I asked you.
And the thing is, look, he's not a villain. He genuinely just doesn't understand. And she's not being unreasonable. It's Jennifer Aniston in this case, in this movie. She's actually just exhausted from carrying it all alone. Two people, both sincere, both completely missing each other. That gap right there is what this entire video is all about. I have to tell you about something that I think about super often. Someone once told me about this fitness campaign, and the hook was allegedly, get your woman to sleep with you. Listen, look, I'm not gonna lie. Our masculines, they would absolutely click on that. No judgment, I love you guys, but your body, look, take care of it, all right? That might get her attention at first, but it will not keep her open. It will not keep her wanting you. Research actually backs this. It shows that early in a relationship, desire is often driven by physical attraction. That's this little spark that we often talk about. But over time, what sustains a woman's desire is actually something that's totally different, okay? What it is emotional responsiveness. So feeling like when she says something, you actually hear her. Not just hear her, you're listening to her. Feeling like she can bring something up without it becoming this whole thing about how she's attacking you. Guys, what we want is accountability, not perfection, okay? None of us are perfect. We are not perfect. We're not claiming to be. What we want is really just a man who can hear, hey, this bothered me, without them completely shutting down. Because the moment it gets shut down, her nervous system just registered, it's not safe for me here. And I need to say something that I genuinely believe, because the research backs it up. The sexiest thing a man can do is take accountability. Not perform it, all right? None of this fake, I'm sorry, just to end the conversation. We don't want that. We want you to actually own it. Hey, love, I hear you. That's on me. I'm going to do better next time. That's it. That's all we want. It's super simple. And studies actually show that traits like honesty and accountability literally change how physically attractive someone appears. Let that sink in. It's not metaphorical, literally. And genuine, responsive kindness is the single most important trait that women look for in a long-term partner. It's not abs, it's not status, it's not the car, it's kindness. okay? The man who can hear her out without getting defensive, who can say, look, I dropped the ball, and without it costing his identity, that man is not weak. That man is not soft. That man is the most attractive man in the room. And what she's waiting for is for you to choose to be him. And I need to say something else because this is the part that gets lost. We do not want to change you. We just want to feel known. So, you know what Jennifer Aniston said later in the movie, after the blow up, after all of it? What she said was, I didn't want to break up. I just wanted him to appreciate my effort, to say thank you, to notice.
All I want is is for you to just show me that you care.
Not for him to become someone else, just, hey, do you see me? Do you see the woman that you chose? Here is the difference. Changing who you are means I am not okay with you. Considering how your actions affect the relationship means I believe that we are worth protecting. One is rejection and one is investment. Very different. And when she brings something to you, she is not saying that you're broken. She's not saying there's something wrong with you. What she's saying is, look, I trust you enough to tell you the truth about how I feel. And I believe that you care enough to actually hear me say it. And guys, that is the most precious thing that she has left to give you. So appreciate it. The question is just, are you going to be someone who receives it? All right, let me show you what I mean. Watch what's actually happening here.
You know what, Gary? I asked you to do one thing today, one very simple thing, to bring me 12 lemons, and you brought me 3.
It's not about the lemons, all right? She asked for 12. He brought her 3. This is a small thing. But her nervous system logged it. Not in a way she's keeping a mental list, no. And it's not as like, he's a bad person. It's as, I asked for something, and it didn't happen. Now watch this part.
Not about the lemons.
So that's all you're talking about?
I'm just saying it'd be nice if you did things that I asked. It would be even nicer if you did things without me having to ask you.
She's not escalating because she wants to fight. She's escalating because resentment is what happens when you swallow small disappointments long enough that your body can't hold them quietly anymore. That is her nervous system saying out loud what it's been tracking for months. And listen, this is what we need you guys to understand. She doesn't want to be this way. None of us want to be this way. She misses the version of herself that was open and warm and excited to see him. That's how it is, but her body made a decision before her mind could keep up. So here's what's actually happening in her body. Real desire requires one specific internal condition. And you know what that is? Safety. Not safety like something bad is happening. Safety like, I can be here. I don't need to protect myself. When your nervous system perceives any threat, whatever, it can be instability, inconsistency, really any reason to guard yourself, it shifts into self-protection mode. And when it's in protection mode, it literally cannot also be in openness mode, in connection mode, in desire mode. And trust me, we want to be in desire mode. Don't you want her to be in desire mode? But you know what? Her body is not really giving her a choice. It has to choose one. It has to pick one. And look, there's a moment in this couple's story after everything has fallen apart where she invites him to a concert. She doesn't explain why, just, hey, come to this concert with me. And he says, sure. And then you know what happens?
And all of a sudden you asked me to go to some concert. I mean, I just figured that,
Gary.
He misses it. And it's not because he didn't care, but it's because he couldn't read what she was actually communicating, which was, I am giving you one last chance, buddy, to show me that you're actually paying attention to me. And her nervous system had already decided. She gave him one final chance to decide differently. But he didn't know that because nobody taught him how to read that. Studies show elevated cortisol, reduced oxytocin, dampened physical response when trust erodes. So This is not just feelings. This is your body in a different physiological state, and you cannot logic her out of a physiological state. The only thing that changes it is new experiences that give her nervous system new data. So essentially consistency over time. Safety that actually shows up. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's all you need to know. This is what changes everything, you guys. Now, I want to speak to my feminine for a second. If you're the one that pulled away, if you're there, but you're not really there, there's a difference between losing desire generally and withdrawing intimacy as self-protection. So if it's the second one, your desire, it didn't just disappear everywhere. It disappeared here with this person in this relationship because your body decided that it's not safe to be fully open here anymore. So it's not that there's something wrong with you. It's wisdom. Your body is giving you information. Now, the real question is, are you listening to it? And look, if you can't tell already by now, this isn't one-sided. That couple that we've been watching, she dropped hints instead of actually saying the thing that she wanted, but she hoped that he would figure it out. So the message here is that we all have patterns. Both sides have patterns. Both have work to do. The nervous system framework gives both of us somewhere to start that isn't about whose fault it is. And here's something that I want to name directly because the data is clear. Women initiate nearly 70% of divorce. That's a high number, 70%. Not men, the women do. And when researchers ask why, the answers keep coming back, basically the same. We couldn't talk, we grew apart, the communication broke down, which, in my opinion, is just another way of saying that she stopped feeling heard. She stopped feeling seen. In their final fight in this movie, she tells him, "You never matched my level of effort." And he says, "Well, you were never clear about what you wanted."
Our entire relationship, I've gone above and beyond for you, for us. And I mean, I've cooked, I've picked your shit up off the floor, I've laid your clothes out for you like you were a 4-year-old. I support you, I supported you, your work. If we ever had dinner or anything, I make the plans. I take care of everything. And I just don't feel like you appreciate any of it. I don't feel you appreciate me.
Why didn't you just say that to me?
Gary, I've tried. I've tried.
Yeah, but never like that.
So here's the devastating part. They're both right. Two people are telling the truth, but neither one heard. That is not a love problem. That is a communication and awareness problem. There is a reason the 4B movement went viral. Women recognize something in it. That sentiment, "I am exhausted from carrying this alone," it really landed. Because the data shows that women are carrying the emotional weight of the relationship disproportionately. Managing, the smoothing, the keeping the peace, bringing things up very carefully so that he doesn't feel attacked, and still feeling like she's the problem for bringing it up all the time. This pattern isn't inevitable. It's what happens when nobody teaches us how to do things differently. Here are some other facts. The US Surgeon General declared loneliness a national epidemic, said that social disconnection carries the same health risk as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Let that one land. 1 in 3 Americans actually feel lonely every single week. Now, here's the one that blew my mind. Men in their 40s and 50s are actually now reporting higher loneliness than women. Men who were taught their whole lives not to need connection, not to ask for it, not to name it. are now the loneliest in the room because we were never taught how to do this. Nobody taught us how to stay open when someone we love brings us something hard, how to repair instead of retreat. And the result is that millions of people side by side feel completely alone. Not because they don't love each other, but because they never learned how to stay. Now, I want to take this one step further because I don't think most people are connecting the dots between what's happening in their relationships and what's happening to all of us as a species. So, listen to this. The US fertility rate just hit a record low, 1.6 births per woman. To put this into perspective, you need 2.1 to replace the population. Guys, we're not replacing ourselves. Do you see the math? Now, I want to show you what happens when a society takes this to its logical endpoint. South Korea, okay? Fertility rate is 0.72. On track to lose half their population within a century, okay? Not from war, not from disease, from disconnection, from a culture that optimized so hard for individual achievement and so hard against vulnerability that people stopped coming together entirely. We are trending alone, okay? Alone at scale has a cost that goes way beyond feelings. So the message is this: we all have a part to play in this, all of us. So if you're the masculine who's watching this, stop asking what you did wrong in one specific moment, okay? Instead, start asking, what patterns has she been quietly absorbing? That's where the answer lives. The ask here isn't perfection. The ask isn't never messing up. The ask is just stay open when she brings you something. That's the move. That's what changes everything. And if you're the feminine, stop trying to logic yourself into feeling something your nervous system has already decided about, all right? Start asking, what is my body trying to tell me? Because your desire didn't abandon you, girl, all right? Your nervous system is protecting you. And there is a massive difference between those two things. If any of that felt familiar, all right, the lemons, the dishes, the concert she planned and he never understood, the final fight where they were both right and both completely alone, that was a movie. It's called The Breakup, 2006, I believe, 20 years ago. And you know what the sad thing is? We are still living it, which means that this is not about one couple. This is about a pattern that we have been watching and recognizing and relating to for 2 decades and still have not broken. Let that land, okay? That's why we're here. That is why this matters. So subscribe because we're just getting started.